Premier League Aston Villa vs Brentford prediction, team news, lineups preview. Aston Villa will be looking to bounce back from a Premier League defeat in midweek when they welcome Brentford to Villa Park on Saturday afternoon. After claiming a 2-1 victory in the reverse fixture 4 months ago, the Villains can complete their first league double over the Bees for 77 years if they collect maximum points on home soil. Match preview. Aston Villa suffered their first Premier League away defeat of 2024 when they were put to the sword 4-1 by title hopefuls Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium on Wednesday night. The Villains held their own for much of the first half, and although Johan Duran scored his 6th goal of the season to cancel out an early Rodri opener, they headed into halftime 2-1 behind as a shambolic wall created a huge gap that allowed Phil Foden to fire a free kick into the bottom corner, Nicolo Zaniolo the prime culprit for turning his back. Unai Emery's men offered a threat on the counter-attack, but Foden completed his hat-trick with 2 brilliant strikes in the space of 7 second-half minutes to condemn a depleted Villa side to their 8th league loss of the campaign. Once deemed dark horses for the Premier League title earlier this season, Villa are now focused on consolidating their place in the top 4 for the first time since 1995-96. But that task is currently out of their own hands, as Tottenham Hotspur, who sit just 2 points behind them in 5th, can leapfrog the Villains if they win their game in hand. 5th may still suffice for Champions League qualification. But uncertainties over UEFA's coefficient rankings means that Villa cannot rest on their laurels and will be keen to finish the season strongly, starting with victory on Saturday against a Brentford side whom they have beaten in 2 of their last 3 league meetings, including a 4-0 win in their last head-to-head at Villa Park in October 2022. After rescuing a point in a 1-1 draw with Manchester United last weekend, Brentford shared the spoils in a goalless stalemate with Brighton Hove Albion on Wednesday night, extending their winless run to 8 matches. Although the Seagulls boasted 67% possession and 24 shots on goal, it was the Bees who created the better opportunities on home soil. But they ultimately lacked a cutting edge in the final third and had referee Andy Madley to thank, after he opted to overturn VAR's call to award a Brighton penalty when Yoane Wissa appeared to pull down Lewis Dunk in the area. Thomas Frank's side secured an impressive 9th-placed finish and picked up 59 points in the Premier League last season, but they find themselves down in 14th spot with only 28 points this time around, 6 points above the relegation zone with 7 games left to play. 4 of those upcoming fixtures are away from home, where Brentford have struggled for some time to say the least, having lost 9 of their last 10 top-flight matches on the road, including each of their last 4. The exception was a 2-0 win at Wolverhampton Wanderers in February in their last visit to the West Midlands. That form must change if they wish to avoid being dragged into a relegation dogfight, but success on Saturday could prove challenging as the Bees have never won a league fixture away at Aston Villa, drawing 5 and losing 3 of their previous 8 visits. Team news. Aston Villa are still having to cope without the services of Tyrone Mings, Boubacar Kamara, Emiliano Buendia all knee, Matty Cash thigh and Jacob Ramsey ankle as they all continue to recover from injury. Emiliano Martinez pulled out of the starting lineup in midweek due to illness, but Emery is hopeful that the goalkeeper can recover in time for Saturday, while top scorer Ollie Watkins will have his hamstring problem assessed in the coming days. John McGinn has served a 3-match suspension and is expected to return in midfield, while Pau Torres, Alex Moreno, Yuri Tielemans and Leon Bailey will also be pushing to start after beginning as substitutes against Man City. As for Brentford, Josh Da Silva, Rico Henry both knee, Ben Mee ankle, Aaron Hickey thigh and Kevin Shea groin all remain sidelined, while Christian Norgard back and Ethan Pinnock ankle will be assessed ahead of kickoff. Matthias Jorgensen, Christopher Ajur and Nathan Collins are all in line to continue at centre-back, but Keane Lewis-Potter could be replaced at left wing-back by Sergio Reguilon. After making 3 substitute appearances since his comeback from injury, Brian Bumo is ready to start according to Frank, and the Frenchman could play in attack alongside Ivan Toney, who is hoping to end a 7-game goal drought. Aston Villa possible starting lineup. Martinez, Konsa, Carlos, Torres, Moreno, Bailey, Luiz, Tielemans, McGinn, Diaby, Duran. Brentford possible starting lineup. Flecken, Zenka, Collins, Ajur, Rorslev, Onika, Jensen, Janelt, Reguilon, Mbumo, Tony. We say, Aston Villa 2-1 Brentford. Both teams are in need of claiming all 3 points for different reasons this weekend. But Brentford head to Villa Park as the underdogs considering their miserable away form. Aston Villa have been hit and miss in recent home games, losing 3 of their last 5. But they should find a way to come out on top against their relegation-threatened counterparts this time around, even if Watkins is not deemed fit to feature. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.